Hello, hello. So I'm gonna jump right into the speed run because I can talk while we're playing through this first level. So as soon as I hit OK, we'll be ready to start on the timer. 3, 2, 1, go! All right, so this is WarioWare Smooth Moves. If I remember correctly, this is the first WarioWare game that wasn't on a portable console, and I think it benefits greatly from might have said a little earlier. I think it benefits greatly from using the motion controls on the Wii. This is going to be a fairly reset heavy run. Not that I have to reset my timer, start the whole run over. Oh my gosh. But we are going to be resetting a couple times to skip cutscenes where I can. But I'm not going to reset it. I think I'm going a little early. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to reset it again. Got a little excited, a little too happy to get into this run here. But this is a heavily motion controlled game, and as soon as I stop being a scrub and resetting at the wrong time, we'll get into the gameplay. This is an 80% run, so we'll be skipping cutscenes and all that jazz whenever we can. There we go. Oh, did you? My bad. Alright, well, my fault. My fault. Well, we're well into the run now, so we can go ahead and we'll just take this free roll record today, I guess. But as WarioWare is just a series of very fast-paced, high-action micro games. The games themselves are very, very short. They keep coming at you, And as I advance through each stage, each level's gonna start teaching me new forms to use with my form baton, which is a really fancy name for my Wiimote. But the first stage, we're just gonna keep it nice and simple. Just point the Wiimote at the screen any way I want to. Fire! That's alright. But if you love Wario games for their high hijinks and overall silliness, this is definitely right up your alley. Get away! Get out of here! Then at the end of each stage, there's a nice little happy animation, a very long cutscene that I can skip by hitting the reset button on my console. So I'm gonna lean over and do that. Start.
Yay!
Some of these character introductions we are going to watch just because they're shorter than the load time would be. And Modus is going to be one of them. We are going to skip the level cutscene, though. There's a lot of cutscenes in this game. All of which are absolutely fantastic.
Yay!
Alright, so we're going to be learning 2 new forms on this stage after we get through. Start learning them on the second micro game here.
The umbrella. Hold the form baton vertically, thumb resting lightly on the button. Through this dance, you channel the quiet dignity of a circus clown in the midst of a thunderstorm.
Now, I know it seems quite simple to just hold the Wiimote up, straight up. And it is quite simple, but it does make a difference for, the forms really make a difference in certain micro games. Not all of them necessarily.
Way to go!
But you really should just get into the spirit of the game. Trying to... Oh, talking over the announcer.
The handlebar. Turn the form baton sideways and grasp the ends firmly in both hands. Like riding a bicycle, perfecting this dance requires grace, steadiness, and tight shorts.
Should be... I was expecting a different micro game there. Usually it's a balancing act.
Touchdown!
So a really, really good way to fail, the one where you're drinking from the glass, is to not be using the correct form. Another good way to fail it is to like throw it back like it's a shot glass and you're taking shots. That's a good way to fail it like immediately. Whoa. Now, since it's the speedrunner, we're playing through all these stages once. We just so happen to be playing them on the easier difficulty levels of each microgame. Each microgame has three difficulty levels, and we'll only be playing on like the first or the second difficulty level, depending on where they pop up in the level. Whoa. So the boss stage here is quite simple. We need to direct people to their color-coded outhouses here. Blue and pink. And again, since we're playing on the easy difficulty setting, it generally doesn't throw too many curveballs at me, but you can see the paths on the side are used to change the order that people arrive in, and it's a way to trip you up on harder difficulty settings. But the level you played at in the speedrun keeps it nice and simple for you. Start! I feel so bad for Cat. I have my splits pulled up on my side, just so I could see which cutscenes to skip. Poor Cat's so short. Her icon, you can't see her face on the live split icons. She's too short. It's just a ponytail. Katana! So we'll learn 2 new forms here as well. Or is it 3?
Stealthy!
The sketch artist. Hold the form baton as you would a pencil during a pop quiz, delicately but defiantly. Mastery of this move can change a pop quizzee into a pop quizzer.
It's huge.
Katana!
Oh, and you can see the tennis racket was blinking there at the end. Oh, I'm talking over the dude again. Talk about it later.
The chauffeur. Turn the form baton sideways and wrap your hands around both ends. As the form baton turns, so too do the earth and all upon it, from liver to liverymen.
Yummy!
Ninjutsu!
If I remember correctly, the harder difficulty levels for that has you pick your Wiimote back up. So it's very, very important you have your wrist strap on. Scribble.
Stealthy.
Red pen this time. And for certain games like that one, your starting pose is very important.
The samurai. With your left hand, hold the form baton close to your right hip. Like a hungry samurai defending his lunch, close your eyes and await your enemy's attack.
So now we've got the samurai in the game. Brings in a little, I guess, real-world RNG, if you want to put it that way. A couple of other poses, but especially the samurai is very, very good at moving the batteries around inside the battery cage just enough to disconnect my Wiimote. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we won't lose any time to battery RNG.
Stealthy.
That guy's so creepy looking. Wow. Alright, so this part stage is going to use chauffeur. And our goal is very simple. We just need to drive to the end of the stage. But taking good racing lines is important. The grass doesn't really slow you down. So you don't have to worry about it. The only thing you got to worry about is using the A and B buttons to beat the horn and scare the animals at appropriate times. Or you can just mash it the whole time like I am. The horn is playing through the Wiimote, so I doubt you can hear it with the setup I'm using today. Move! Right.
Katana.
Get the reset first. So for regular micro games, if you fail them, you lose a life and you move on to the next stage. It's no big deal. For boss stages, if you fail the micro game, you have to start the micro game all over again. And the chauffeur bosses are very, very long. We're gonna skip this cutscene. Cricket's introduction is, I think, the longest character introduction in the game. It's gonna reset twice before the next stage. This might be the one thing I don't like about this rerun so much is you really do skip these cutscenes. It's just a lot of hitting the reset button. It's a little unfortunate. But it's nice because it breaks up the action a little bit, and I'm quite chubby around the middle, so especially later on when we get a lot more action oriented, I'll definitely take the breather. There we go. Now we can get into the stage. So that one's just as easy as it looks. When it comes in later on in the level, it's a little more difficult. Ooh, tug of war.
The tug of war. With the form baton pointing forward, hold it firmly with both hands just above the navel. This dance calls to mind the epic struggle between heads and tails.
Now, let's see if this is a saw micro game. Let's see how it goes. Nope, it's sweeping. Sweeping goes pretty easy. There's a game where I have to saw later on that gives me fits. And I think it's if I hold it. Well, I want to talk over the announcer.
The waiter. Place the form baton in your palm, tip forward and buttons facing up. See yourself serving a group of socialites. Such grace, they cry. Such style, such hors d'oeuvres. Whoa!
Whoa! There we go. So So the waiter is notorious for not disconnecting the Wiimote, but just for whatever reason, the sensor bar can't see it sometimes. When it says hold it straight with the tip facing straight forward, it means it. If you lose your angle just a little bit, you lose control of your hand there, but you'll get back to it no problem. Alright, one of these is gonna be the saw. This is it. There we go. Maybe because I'm a little bit shorter, I have to hold it quite a ways above my navel for that one.
The elephant. Point the forebaton forward, with the end lightly touching your nose. Just as the mighty elephant uses its trunk to gorge on peanuts, so too will your new nose sustain you.
Can't see an elephant. There we go. Elephant might be my favorite stance. It's so goofy. And yeah, I could go for Steam Blinds. Faster! Go, go, go! So there's actually two ways that microgames can be more or less difficult. There's a general just difficulty level, but there's also the speed of the microgame. While there's only 3 difficulty settings, there are many levels of timing. I kind of lost track of my sense because I had something else to say there. For the true-false question, it's faster for the speedrun just to nod immediately, because otherwise you have to weigh out the whole timer. So if right or wrong, I'm going to just nod my head and just take the loss of a life there. So up next is Jimmy T's level, which has some really cool cutscenes with cats. I'm not gonna get to play with the cats today. Whoops! Let's not do Katana again.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You get to watch this cutscene though. Go, 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 go! So Jimmy T is a DJ, and he's going to start remixing everything we've learned up to this point in the game. I skipped this one though. Forgot it was a second cutscene. He's going to start remixing all the micro games we've played up to now, all the forms we've played up to now. He's going to bump up the difficulty and the speed a little bit, and he's going to throw in a couple of new things. But it's mostly like the recap filler episode in your favorite anime. We're going to see quite a few things we've seen already. Just gonna be a little bit different. Like this time I'm making a cell phone instead of a hair. It is a little bit more difficult. Oh, this one in particular is quite a bit more difficult because your stick's much shorter. The panda sounds super cute when he's falling down though. Yeah. Oh, you jerk. I knew he was gonna do that. It's not RNG, he does the same thing every time. Every time. I fell for it like 50% of the time. I know it's coming. Waiter. No. Alright. I had a hard time controlling the broom there. Oof. This running around is not good in nice dress clothes. They literally walked in the door from work and started getting set up. Hello? There we go. That's another one where if the game can't see your sensor bar, the ball will go right through your hands. Even if you've got it positioned correctly, it'll go right through. Come on. Come on. There we go. Oh!
No.
I can't believe I didn't spill that all over my face. I am stunned. So we're remixing the chauffeur boss. Of course, it's a little more difficult and there are more animals. One of these turns I actually wiped out on before, so let me be a little careful. Move! Honk honk, beep beep honk! Whoa! Alright.
Yeah. Ooh, baby. That cutscene is so long at the end of that stage, which is so unfortunate that somebody found a way to skip it. It's so sad because it's a long cutscene. All the cats start dancing and then they march out one by one. It is so adorable.
That's right.
Skip Ashley's. Ashley has a pretty long intro too. Whoa! Whoa! Let's not erase the save.
Diabolical.
So let's skip 2 cutscenes here and then get into Ashley's stage. Ashley's, the boss fight in particular is the most RNG heavy part of the speedrun. There's also a microgame in Ashley's that has pretty wide variance with its RNG, but nothing comes close to how much the RNG of the boss fight here can really set you back.
Hocus.
The Thumb Wrestler. Hold the form baton vertically and rest your thumb on the top of it. The noblest of athletes, the Thumb Wrestler endures years of training before mastering this pose.
So, spoiler, when it says to put the thumb on top, that's very important for 1 or 2 micro games. If you don't have the thumb over the top, you'll never pass the micro game. This is like a platform thingy.
Done.
The discard. Place the form baton face down on a stable surface, like an unwanted, but still treasured, playing card. Do not touch the form baton again until the proper time.
This is probably me answering a phone. That's what it usually is. Yep. And whoever we're talking to is talking through the Wiimote. Oh, help me! I think one time it's a pizza place. This one right here. If you don't have the thumb over the top, oh boy, you can't do that one.
Hocus.
Uh-oh. trouble.
The big G's. With the form baton at your hip, force your chest and hips forward. This dance honors the CEO, unsung hero standing proud on the backs of his
So big
employees.
cheese almost always means some sort of high action micro game. Hula! Get those hips moving.
Finally.
The hula micro game, there's a clip somewhere out there of Big John, who ran earlier. Unfortunately, I was at work. I missed Big John's run. I'll have to catch it on bots, but Big John made me want to learn this speed run because when he got to that hula micro game and this jump, everything with the big cheese with him, he just had so much fun with it. It's such a hilarious clip watching him do the hula though, because like I'm a big guy around the middle. Like I'm fat. It's all right. Show me around the middle. So me hulaing is one thing. Big John's a big guy. Like he works out. He can bench press like 400 something. Him doing a hula was hilarious. Ooh, I went a little early. Ah! Okay, I've never failed that micro game before. So this is that's what I wanted. Got good RNG on this micro game. Didn't have to wait for the third card to show up. Oh, right into the boss stage. But if Big John happens to be watching, that clip is what made me want to learn the speed run. He just had so much fun with this game. No, don't zoom out. No, don't zoom out. Okay.
About time.
The hamburger, I'm doing air quotes you can't see. That hamburger that you order for that boss stage can get ridiculously tall. Like it'll just keep zooming out and zooming out and zooming out, and there's nothing you can do except to sit and wait. Yeah. Oh, dribble and spits. They have a short one. Dribble and spits are cab drivers. And I forget who it is that they pick up to give a ride, but whoever it is ends up getting beaten up by a UFO and leaving. Just a spoiler for the end of the stage. We're not going to get to see it anyway, unfortunately. This is my favorite stage. It's the only stage that has vocals in the audio track. Oh no.
Hey, you!
The dumbbell. Turn the form baton sideways and clutch it from below in your left hand. True masters exhibit a firm grip and an
The grimace is
exaggerated
very
grimace.
important. I know, I keep forgetting you can't see me right now. Ah, it's very important.
Here we go!
To really put your heart and soul into the dumbbell. Trim. The mohawk is a lot of fun too.
The mohawk. Point the tip of the form baton forward and hold it atop your head. Letting the form baton fall is like letting a mohawk droop. Shameful and forbidden.
I'm glad we got that one early because oh, it's spot one I have to. Ducks. Oh, every time. Right when it gets to the chorus.
The janitor. Hold the form baton with both hands, as you would a mop. The left hand represents order, the right, filth. The form baton is
It
the
means I'm
bridge
making
between
good
the two.
time, but
every time it gets to the good part. Whack! No, hurt!
Yeah, hey.
Dumbbell! Oh, Mohawk. Chow time? Nope, avoid. Just gotta move. Stretch a little bit.
Come on.
Wow, I barely moved a Wiimote.
Here we go.
That happens sometimes on Minecraft. You just barely move it and everything just goes flying. Blah! Oh, wow. It was not well, anticlimactic. Cuckoo, cuckoo.
Yeah, hey.
Mohawk. Cha-cha! That's one of my favorite games. It's just so simple, but man, oh man. Oh, it's good right now. I'm hungry. I get to eat before the run. Oh, this is a great boss stage. Get through it. It's such a helpful hint, right? Alright, guy, ready to jump. Jump. Don't jump too early. See, now I got switched forms. This is a multi-form game. You're getting serious now. And of course, I got this thing right on my nose. I gotta close one eye to see my TV. Actually, I can only really see it on my left eye. This might be a little tricky. Gotta get these bananas in the nostril. Come on, that's a lot of clanking. That's more clanking than I want to hear. There we go. Who's next? Penny.
I got it!
Yeah, skip the second one though. Boom, 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 boom. Ow. Got water bottle right here.
Stay hydrated.
Oh gosh! Ooh, you're a little bit hot in my Discord.
Oh, sorry.
Jumped out of my skin. No, you're fine.
Scary radio voice here, reminding you to stay hydrated.
Brainiac.
The finger food.
The finger food. Holding the back end delicately between two fingers, point the form baton forward. The regal French fry remains one of nature's greatest muses.
Turned the key the wrong way. I didn't know that mattered until just now. Apparently I've never turned it the other way before. Hammer!
Brainiac.
The mortar and pestle. Hold the form baton vertically in your left hand and cup it gently in the palm of your right. To crush is also to create. And from
This is another
squashing
bad one for
comes
knocking
ice.
batteries loose. Because sometimes you really gotta smack this thing. Not for this micro game. But there's one later where I have to sort papers. If I don't, like, smack the heck out of my Wiimote, it doesn't always want to work for me. This one. There we go. Just in time.
The boxer. Turn the form baton sideways and hold it firmly from above in your left hand. Let the spirit of the noble sucker punch guide you to victory.
Uh-oh. So you want to use small hand motions when you're shredding. Other way. If you use too... If you get too crazy with it, it doesn't really want to keep grinding for you. I like this guy. He's just so happy to pick up garbage. It's so cute. Oh. Ooh, I feel like I was a little late. I'm taking it, but it felt late. I was thinking with the oh no, I remember now. It's a sword fight. Oh man. So being the easiest version of this boss stage is gonna give me cues on where to block, which is really nice. Oh! Push! Strike! Reset. Volt throws. Yeah! So unlike Jimmy T, who remixes WarioWare micro games, 9 Volt and 18 Volt are going to remix Nintendo classics and turn them into micro games to play. So we're going to see a lot of fan favorite games pop up on this stage. Come here. They give you a lot of time to catch that fish. I mean, a lot of time. Oh no! Please read the Wiimote. Oh. It's faster to take a strike there. Uh-oh, big cheese. So back to back were 2 micro games. It's just faster to fail. And I'm right back to back there, just like that. Ooh, I guess I got it right. The Mohawk. Whoa, 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 whoa! I don't know where I got all that left momentum from. Knock out!
also the WarioWare Eyes version of that song. But if you miss the barrel as Samus, she just goes flying off into the sunset. It's the worst feeling in the world. Because it's just so sad. The music just keeps playing. You've obviously failed the micro game. You just have to wait for the timer to run out. This controls so well with the Wiimote. Okay, I'm just running into things, but as I say this, but it really controls so well with the Wiimote. I kind of wish, like, I didn't play any Star Fox games after Star Fox 64, so I don't know if any of them have motion control, but it feels really fun to play the game that way, which is a shame that it's such a short version of it.
Okay.
Get down.
Get down.
So Jimmy P is Jimmy T's brother. He's also a DJ. Jimmy P's gonna do the same thing Jimmy T did, except with the second half of forms and micro games we played, and also with dogs instead of cats. Yahoo! Wait, I don't have to skip out a cutscene. I can stand up. Boogie!
Boogie.
Animal Crossing. Come here. Come here.
Bring it down.
You see, that time they didn't give me a whole lot of time to catch the fish. Pasta, 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 pasta.
Hey, DJ.
I'll put the thumb on top now. Yep, see? I knew it. Oh wow, hidden coin block there. In case you're a little bit early on that one.
Hey, DJ.
Ba-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da-ba-da-da. Mohawk.
Bring it down. Boogie.
Oh no, please read my remote. There we go.
Bring it down. Dumbbell. Boogie.
I've only done it once,
Shake it.
but if you're got your timing down pat, you can smack his hand away before he even grabs the tomato. See, I knew you were gonna fake me out. I knew you were gonna jump right over me. You don't let me Pikmin.
Boogie.
Nice.
Shake it.
Hula. Oh.
Ooh, baby. Boogie.
Bump, 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 bump. So why do... See, now I want to look it up after the run. Why do the bats look like that when I guess I've really only seen it in Japanese games. Like, I've seen it in Kirby, I've seen it here. Why do the bats have that particular design on it when somebody's stealing something? But there must be a reason for it. I just don't know what the reason is. But the little ninjas that give you the copy ability in Kirby Superstar, I think they have the same thing on the big bags they're running around with. On the last stage. And we've already been introduced to Warriors, so we don't need 2 cutscenes. We only need 1 cutscene, and we're going to skip it because it is very long. Start! This stage is the second reason why I love this speedrun. When we get to the boss stage here. He's been really stingy with me lately. I've been feeling that particular micro game quite often. Punch! There we go. Jeez, I forgot which one I was for a second. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I failed it that bad. Oh, samurai. Smack. The music in this game is so good. Whoa! took my brain a second to think about what a cactus was. Oh, you don't. Forward, back. There we go. Almost at the end. Block. I think of what's left. Oh yeah. Get in there. Hello? Oh my gosh! He was a little bit ahead, but I was chucking that bowling ball, let me tell you. Alright, here we go. This is the best final boss ever. Oh, these are bad shoes for this. Oh, these are really bad shoes. Hold on. I'm gonna have to kick these off at some point. There we go. The hip action is very, very important. You really gotta get your whole body into this one. Smack. And there are 3 difficulty stages for this one as well. There, that's time. I'm sorry, I forgot that was time. As soon as he's slipping around in my socks. Whew. Yeah! So all the mini Warriors reform into regular Wario. Now the aliens want their form baton back. That we saw at the beginning of the game. Whew. That dance is a workout. Let me tell you. That is it for Wario. Thank you for having me. I'll be able to finally sit down and watch the event myself today. I've been at work all day. So I'll be in chat, hang out with you guys. Please enjoy the rest of the event. Donate to the wonderful Trevor Project. And for all the incentives and things such that we have coming up.
Oh, nice.
Whew. And thank you for inviting me. I'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you very much, MyOhMyke, for capping off that awesome Wario block. Stay tuned for some Red Wario action.